Making this video is pretty unfortunate. I really do like Dandy's World. It's one of the better Delver games that I've actually ever played. But it's that all of these updates that we've been getting so far, excluding the machines, it's been that we've only got this for marketing and merchandise purposes. And trust me, those are not going to help with the gameplay because the gameplay is so bad right now and it's what people want to be changed right now, and Quell is doing nothing about it. For reference, I will be going a bunch of stuff that I've been seeing from this video specifically, and if I sound weird, I'm sick kind of. For a small recap, what are the updates that we have gotten for the last month? Well, we've only gotten V-Mail, which is obviously just cash grab, and we had Tune of the Week, which was pretty bad and overhyped, and then the machines. That was the actually only good update, but aside from that, nothing else has been happening. And I think Dandy's World is going to be like that for some time or forever because Dandy's World is known for their marketing or very small updates that don't help with the gameplay whatsoever. While it is true that the majority of the Dandy's World community is about the fandom than the actual gameplay, so it doesn't seem like Quell has to focus on that specifically, I believe that she should at least try to work on the gameplay because she will still lose a ton of money and profit if she does just leave the gameplay alone like she is right now, and she will get and hit a point where it's going to be too late if she tries to fix it. And Tune of the Week was pretty overrated, or at least pretty overhyped by Quell herself, because we got an exclusive skin that was more Robux, which means we have to spend more cash in order to actually buy that skin, and there's already over 200 in less than 2 years, which is pretty bad, and quests that were arguably RNG in some aspects, and we don't want this to be another Coal or Coco quest, do we? The only things that I would argue that are good about this update but don't really change the gameplay enough for me to actually go back and play the game like in a regular basis is the duo machines and the dial floor from this year. Those were actually complete gameplay updates and they were actually pretty good, but overall we can understand that's not enough to what she normally does to change the gameplay loop at all or enough, and for it to balance out the amount of marketing updates that she actually makes anyway. But what about Squirm, you say? Well, I would argue that although a new tune is nice and it was taking advantage of the new UI, which is why nothing was really coming out for half a year, it's still every single time where a new tune comes out, the game spikes up in players for about 2 weeks to a month, and then it dies down back immediately to sometimes usually less than 100,000 active players. And on the topic of the UI, I feel like Quell is trying to make us think of what she is doing well, but is actually on purpose, or what they're using it for is not what we want it to. What I am talking about is the complex and UI that they remade and they revamped it, and it was amazing. That means we could have gotten better tunes, like Squirm was the best one and it was such a great example, right? Well, yeah, but then we go to the new updates where they are taking advantage of the new UI, sure, but what are their main purposes? Tune of the Week and V-Mail for AI and marketing purposes and a disguise of donation respectively. I believe that when they told us in the devlog, they said that the UI would help more complex twisteds and tunes and the AI and the remap of everything about the game. That's amazing, right? I regret believing that before, and I don't anymore now. What was the remake of the UI intended for? Gameplay is what you would expect, right? Well, what we have gotten excluding Squirm and Duo machines. More marketing, and that's all it has ever been really, and that's all it ever will be. This is a clear sign that it doesn't seem like Quell actually made this new UI remap for gameplay services. It looked like it was when you don't think about it, but when you really do deep into it and you actually look into it, you realize that Quell only made this for even more marketing purposes. Not to mention that when we consider any update at all, it's kind of the same back to the bare bones and in hindsight every single time. It's unfortunate that the game is like this and that they have such a small team that they're doing some things wrong and incorrectly, which is actually really unfortunate. The fact that her team is actually so small, we all know it's so small, considering the millions of dollars that she actually makes on this game. You would expect her to at least try to get a bigger team because it's worth it to get a bigger team like that for such a big game. But what's unfortunate about that is that the last known person that was joining the team was a marketing and merchandise manager. If that doesn't say anything about what her gameplay updates are like and that she only cares for the cash grab money, then I don't know what else will. Now, I do believe that this game still has time and potential to make it such a great game and a revamp on it that it's going to blow our socks off and everything. But the time that they are spending to do it is actually pretty terrible, and it's unfortunate that they're doing it like that. One of the biggest quotes, and coming back from this video, is the devs are trying and we must be patient. But there's two things. One, from that video again, we are way more than patient. It's been almost over half a year and over another quarter of a year, which is 3 months, that we've been waiting for some gameplay revamp, excluding duo machines again, and nothing has been coming out. I wouldn't assume that we should be waiting so long that we should just assume that her update is actually fake and that she's not going to make any new gameplay updates, at least not in a long time. Plus, I hope it's obvious that the devs are actually not even trying. Where can you come up really with the statement that they're trying? The last thing that they're doing is gameplay, which is something that they have to try in order to make the game good. And they can just keep making skins, which aren't so hard to fully create, or you have to try super difficult in order to make a bunch of them. And to make merchandise is one of the easiest things sometimes. You just need a team, and you need the materials, and you need a shipping company and all that, and you're good, and you're making all of the merch and money off of that. So I don't believe that they really are trying, and if you want to talk about it like that, then I guess I should somewhat believe you as the counterclaim, but even then, it doesn't seem like they really want to ever focus back on the gameplay again. So yeah, I do hope that a new gameplay update does come out at some point and that they can actually revive the game, because they are going to have the time if they keep going like this, where it's going to be too late on that damage that they've already been doing right now. Also, I'm trying a new design language, which is drawing small bits in thumbnail and also doing things that other people do. Not trying to copy them, I promise, but it's just that that's really effective and I want to try it at least. So yeah, this new video has that new design language. Anyway, hopefully you guys have a good day. I actually saw somebody who was wearing a Pebble shirt and a Pebble plush and also a Pebble hat made out of cardboard from themselves. It was pretty funny. The shirt said, "I'm just a Pebble," I think. And yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching and hopefully you have a good day.